And we're back.
Guys, welcome to another thrilling episode of the Sons of Vidya official podcast.
Guys, we're back from our Palm Sunday break, which we always take every year.
Yep. Very religious over here in Sons headquarters. I'm Tom C.
D. Mark's over here. We're just relaxing. Opposites attracting. I'm going to toss my hat in.
Well, as you know, we're not opposites.
No.
So we're not attracting to each other.
Nope.
No worries about that, guys. But we're here for another week. We feel properly redeemed through Christ, I would say. Thanks to Easter, of course.
I would say I'm redeemed through bunnies.
Dude, let's just make this a Christian podcast right now.
Okay.
I don't think we've been overly non-Christian, so it should be legit.
I don't think so either.
Okay, so let's start.
Who should we hate first?
Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like what you just did. I mean, listen, whatever. Guys, happy Easter. Happy post-Easter.
Nailed it.
2 days after Easter. It's great to have you back on the show. We do a video game show, guys.
No, Easter, our Christian Easter podcast is over.
That's true. It's already over.
Yeah.
First
and last episode.
Ago. We actually do a lot of shows on the internet, too, for those who are new, including our new classics, SS, for the Stormtroopers of Nazi Germany.
Yep.
And RNG, which stands for Really Neat Guys, I think.
Yep.
I'm not sure what that stands for yet.
Also, classics was spelled with a K. Not the first C, but the last C was a K. Classics.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we do all those kind of things. I want to quick hit off the bat. All jokes aside, for anyone who's a fan of our podcast, we've recently opened up a Patreon. We're going to make a video about it soon. Go check it out. Patreon.com/Sons of Vidya. That's all I'm going to say about it. Check it out. We have a lot of cool things on there that you could possibly
help us out. It would probably help us out more than iTunes reviews.
I hate to say it. Here's what I realized the other week.
Okay.
And I'm sure a lot of our audience realized this too when they weren't writing reviews, is that...
It's hard to write with reviews?
No. That for some reason, apparently, it's going to be me sounding really dumb, but if you put stuff on iTunes, it doesn't go everywhere. So, hear me out. If you were to have, say, in Android, you would not be able to access our podcast at all. Because iTunes is not where all podcasts go and then everything gets off of iTunes.
But we don't go through iTunes.
We don't, however, our RSS feed goes straight to iTunes and not to like a Stitcher, not to another thing like that. So we actually had someone recently who was like, is there a way for me to get this? And I was like, you could download it off our site. And he was like, I got iTunes for you, but I'm not happy about it. I'm like, I wouldn't get iTunes for anything. So we should work on that. Guys, look in the future. Maybe we'll put it on Stitcher or whatever, you guys. Email us in. Tell us your favorite.
That would help, actually, because I have no idea.
Yeah, Android platform. This is actually something I didn't know at all. Tell us an Android platform we could upload to. Question 2, how are you accessing it right now, actually?
They could be listening. Maybe they're streaming it from the Libsyn website.
True. Guys, let us know. We want to get this out to more people. We want to make it easier for you. No one should ever have to get iTunes. For sure. I don't use iTunes. You don't use iTunes.
Yeah, never.
Nobody wants to use that. So let us know. That's a little bit of business we're getting out of the way. Now the comedy can commence, guys.
Ding, ding.
Ding. We need a comedy bell.
Yeah, comedy bell.
For every time we're funny. It'll be the dustiest bell we've ever had. What episode is this?
We gotta go to the Cobweb store. This is episode 230, I think.
230?
Sorry, no, 130.
I think it's 131.
It's close. It's close. It's in the 30s.
And what's new in video games?
Dude, did you hear? Do you know anything that's going on? Well, I shouldn't open it like that because it makes it sound like I don't know anything. Did you read anything about what's going on with Kojima and Konami?
Apparently they are trying to. He said he's not going to come back after 5.
Yeah, we said that every game. That's
what I said. What I heard was he's not coming back after 5, and now they're trying to like remove Kojima's that's not credits, but like they're underplaying his involvement.
Yeah, that's the part that's really weird to me. Because like I said, after every Metal Gear Solid game, he's just like, I'm not going to make another one. I want to go back to Police Knots, and everyone's like, hey, fuck you, Kojima. What's wrong with you?
Here's my problem. This game has a lot of hype, of course, but a lot of controversy in ways that I feel is just adding to hype machines. Because we all know we're still confused about that David Hayter choice, which no one's on board with. No one's on board with that. You may have accepted it at this point, but that could be his master level trolling.
Well, that's the thing is like, one thing that I could really see is Solid Snake Big Boss fight.
Yeah.
At the end of the game, and then Hader coming back to do Solid Snake, and Kiefer doing Big Boss, and it being like a you have to lose fight.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
No, that's why because no way, because Kojima said like a million times that he loves the English voice cast for this game. He wouldn't suddenly just be like, no, it's not gonna work. I was gonna do a really offensive Japanese voice there, and I totally veered out of it the last second.
Let's not. Don't even worry about it. I have a feeling we're gonna get some emails, some comments from people being like, "No, dudes, it's verified. Hater's not gonna be in the game." Period. But I feel like you guys are suckers,
dude. I feel like
this is what he does.
Now, there's a broader thing to this as well. Is like, because when the last Star Trek movie came out, Benedict Cumberbatch was he was announced as part of the cast, and I was like, oh, I think that he's going to play Khan. He was a character from Star Trek, and everyone was like, no, he's not Khan. Blah 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 blah. He's this guy, and halfway into the movie, he's like, I am Khan. And you're like, this is not surprising. I knew he was Khan the whole time. Yeah. So I feel like a lot of times you see a lot of stuff that's just like, he's Khan. David Hayter's going to be Khan.
Yeah.
Because like it's in the same thing with the new James Bond movie that's coming out. They have
Stellar.
Yeah, Stella.
Did you see the movie poster for
Stella
that?
999.
Did you see the movie poster for that?
I haven't seen I've seen the teaser poster.
Isn't that the same thing?
Maybe. What did you see?
It's just a picture of him.
Oh no! Yeah, I had seen that.
Everyone's all like hyped on it. They're like, "Oh, this movie's all about blah blah blah." It's just like him in like a sweater.
Yeah.
And they're like,
I thought
this means so much.
I thought you were talking about the bullet hole.
No, it's just literally Daniel Craig standing there in a sweater with a gun.
Yeah.
I think people were like, he's not using the same gun he normally uses. That means blah 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 blah.
Well, I remember it was actually kind of a big deal. I think on one of the video games, I think it was Bloodstone. On the front cover, he actually had like an MP5 instead of the normal Walther. That was kind of a big deal.
He had an MP5 in Quantum of Solace, the movie poster.
Yeah, that's what it was. And I think also for that, yeah.
Yeah. And here's the thing, guys. MP5s are sweet.
Yeah.
So I wasn't offended. I was actually kind of happy.
I was a little happy.
God,
no,
I would love to have an
but
MP5.
like for Inspector, they're like, yeah, they're bringing back Spectre, the organization, which is a classic James Bond thing. But it's like, and we're casting Christoph Waltz is the main villain, and he's playing nameless guy, and you're like, guys, he's Ernst Blofeld. That's who that's gonna be. And they're like, no, it's not. It's a different guy. And I'm like, guys, it's Ernst Blofeld.
Dude, not to get on a tangent. What is?
Please.
Speaking of this stuff,
Pythagoras me up.
I don't understand this math joke. So,
it's okay. I don't think I did it well.
Great. Here's my thing. Not my thing. What do you think is the best secret agent experience you've had in the game? I'm not saying you played a James Bond game.
No, yeah, because a lot of those don't really do secret agent.
Yeah, a lot of them are just shooting around. There might be some games where you maybe don't do that, but like you still get like a James Bond moment.
Oh yeah, I think biggest James Bond feel, biggest that kind of if we'll say classic James Bond, like the kind of more espionage, less action.
Sexpionage?
Yeah, yeah.
Coin that.
A little more subtle than the newer ones. Definitely Deus Ex.
You think so?
Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of that, because there's so much sneaking, there's so much like espionage and finding out things and like and it's like a globe-trotting adventure. So you have that kind of, you got a lot of James Bond elements there, and just a lot of like spy movie things in general.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
You think so?
What are you thinking over
there?
there?
I don't want to say a Metal Gear Solid game because that feels a little bit cheating.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about 3 when they really.
3 is so inspired.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's like, of course, what you get the most there. I think Deus Ex is a great choice from a stealth perspective.
Well, and it's not just stealth perspective, but kind of in the support characters that you have, the kind of villains that you're facing.
But the MC there is not so dynamic, I would say. That's what's kind of turning me off of that idea. That's you're welcome.
No, I see your point there, but I mean, it's a different kind of thing, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't watched many James Bond movies. But as far as secret agents are concerned, we just said secret agents.
What James Bond movies have you seen?
I saw Quantum of Solace.
Okay.
3/4 of
Casino
Royale.
Did you see Skyfall?
Did not see Skyfall.
It's
Actually, that is all that I saw.
Okay.
So I have a pretty good history.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot. I've seen.
I remember I wanted to have James Bond nights.
Yeah, I've seen most of the Sean Connery ones.
I've not seen a single Sean
Most
Connery.
of the Pierce Brosnan ones.
I've not seen a single one of those.
I think the only one I didn't see was the one with Denise Richards, and I've seen all the Daniel Craig ones.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen anything by
See your favorite.
Roger Moore, George Lazenby's.
George Laserbrain.
Laserbrain, thank you. Timothy Dalton, or there's one more.
T. Dalton.
No,
or Roger Moore, you say him?
yeah. Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, George Laserbrain, and there's one more.
I got Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan.
Remington Steele.
That's Pierce Brosnan.
It's Hugh Grant.
Anyway.
I think you named all of them.
Yeah, maybe I did. I think there's one guy there's one guy who did one movie and they didn't come back, but that might have been George Laserbrains.
I think it was either him or Timothy Dalton.
Yeah.
Anyway, regardless, yeah. I feel like everyone secretly wants to be James Bond. Do you think I think we talked about this on the show. Does everyone want to be every British person want to be James Bond?
I think so. Here's a question.
Even ladies? What would a female James Bond be called? Jane Bond? Terrible.
Yeah, probably.
God.
I feel like that was a thing. Here's my question. Would you rather be James Bond or Indiana Jones?
I gotta say I'd rather be Indiana. Well,
I'm going Indy on this one.
I want to say Indiana Jones, but he gets into more danger.
Yeah, but
James Bond is like having way more fun.
Yeah, but I feel like it's a different kind of fun, and I feel like Indiana Jones is just geeky enough for me.
He's
I feel like James Bond doesn't have a lot of geeky hobbies.
Dude, do you think you really do you resonate? What's the word I'm looking for? Not resonate.
Respond.
I guess respond. Relate. Sorry, is the word I'm looking for. Boy, howdy. Do you relate to dorkier characters and things? Here's what I was going to think about. Okay. Here's why I'm thinking about it, and then you can respond in a way that's more satisfying to my question. Because I was reading about Marvel's most strong characters, like their most powerful ones. They have like the one above all, who is their ultimate super powerful character.
Yeah.
They have like Thanos, who's like way down there. But like the one, like they're going to some characters, and there's always like those ones who are like a mild mannered dork who suddenly got a ton of power. And I feel like was that them? Not that all comic book fans are nerds, but like, do you think they made characters who are scrawny and weak who become strong just to appeal to those kind of to those people? And would that resonate to you, or would that be patronizing to you?
I think a lot of it is a kind of power fantasy, yeah, because especially stuff like especially with Marvel, where your powers are coming from the mind of man most of the time, or like the world of science rather than like the world of whatever. And
no one plays football so hard they become the Hulk.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome, by the way.
But compared to DC Comics, where powers are generally like alien or magical, and they're not super explained all the time.
Detective-based.
Yeah, more detective based, and that's a really good joke, by the way. But like in Marvel, a good 85% of your characters are getting their powers from just the world of science. Tony Stark, Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. There's also a lot of alien stuff in that too.
Well, that's true, but
that's science fiction.
There's that element of a lot more. I feel like in Marvel than in DC of it could happen to me.
Yeah.
Because you're like, all I need is a spider bite, and I'm Spider-Man. That's all I need.
Yeah.
I just got to find that 1 in a billion spider that's going to bite me and give me superpowers.
Yeah, I know we talk about escapism.
I just need to suffer one tragic gamma radiation incident. I'm going to become the Hulk.
Oh, dude, do you know that the Silver Sulfur in one episode, volume of whatever comic, he just straight up is so mad at the Hulk that he removes gamma radiation from him?
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, it's because it's awesome. No, because I was reading this list and like a bunch of rad stuff happens. Like there's so many like elder gods or like just demons who like some characters exist just because they found an artifact that taps into their power.
Yeah,
dude, like Iron Fist, he has like 3 like master like spirits almost.
Yeah, they
straight up fight in some issues. The spirits themselves. And I'm like, this is awesome. It made me, what made me want to do? Made me want to play Marvel vs. Capcom. Is what it did. Apparently, Ghost Rider's insanely powerful.
I would love to watch you play Marvel vs. Capcom. I absolutely would do that. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing about comic books. A lot of times for me is that, and it's the way it is with a lot of things, is It's the reason I don't like Superman a lot. It's the reason I don't like Goku mostly. It's the reason I don't like a lot of things is because when you are like the top tier, highest level that you can be, I'm not interested.
Dude, that's
Because what's interesting? Goku's not interesting as a character.
Well, he does have conflicts and struggles.
No, conflicts and struggles happen around Goku. Goku does not have conflict or struggle.
He's not. Well, he kind of.
He does in Dragon Ball, very much so. Because Dragon Ball is very much a learning experience because obviously it's based off of Journey to the West. But in Dragon Ball Z, it's just once Frieza Saga's over, I'll give you that. He has an arc between Saiyan and Frieza Saga that I actually do like him going from just the martial artist to a Super Saiyan. I think that's a really good road. I actually like that a lot
because you can't say that he doesn't have anything that like he obviously has problems. Otherwise, he wouldn't have drawn on those problems to become more powerful.
No, that's true. But those problems get less and less as the series goes on.
He always has the family thing going on.
Yeah, but
he always has kind of the moral problem too, in which he will not just kill people. He gives mercy to a lot of people, and that comes around to bite him a lot.
That's true.
So that's kind of a thing, but
But I feel like first of all, I feel like a lot of Goku's mercy stems from the fact that, like, especially when he knows he's stronger than an opponent.
That's true too.
Yeah, because yeah.
Yeah. But dude, on the Marvel list, like, it was so ridiculously overpowered.
Yeah, because like
I don't know who likes that.
That's the reason why I don't think Superman's that cool. Because like any problem Superman has, he's going to solve by tossing it into the sun.
Well, he likes the sun too.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently, the Hulk can withstand being in the sun.
Probably.
What's his problem?
Yeah, I mean, the Hulk's at least interesting for me because you do have that drawback of like the kind of mindlessness that comes from turning into the Hulk.
Yeah.
Like there's a savagery that's there that like, yes, he's like practically invincible and like super hard to kill, but Bruce Banner has incentive to not be the Hulk all the time.
Right.
Because he's like, I need to stay in control so I don't devastate an entire city by turning into this monster that I'm trying to control.
But
I don't let Lou Ferrigno all over the place.
I'll bet you $100 though. They're like 30 volumes in, he just has perfect control over it. If this was Dragon Ball Z, he'd be like, all right, I got it. I'm so mad, but it's cool.
One day in the hyperbolic time chamber. Dude, that's my secret. I'm always angry.
Yeah.
No, it's funny because like everybody likes that part so much of that movie because it's rad, but it's like you realize that's like totally against like the entire Hulk, right?
Yeah.
Like so much of this is the fact that you can't control when you Hulk out.
But that happens.
Yeah.
So like what, like that's just gonna be a thing. I don't know I don't know.
Yeah, but it's the reason why it's the same reason why people love Batman so much over Superman because Batman's while he's a billionaire and he has like a ridiculous sense of normal powers, like compared to Superman, he's way more interesting.
Yeah.
There's a lot more going on there than just Superman.
That's what the movies are so good, the most recent ones, because he's not very powerful.
Yeah.
He's more like a dude. Do you know that one time he knocked out the Hulk by throwing a gas grenade at him and then kicking him in the solar plexus so he had to breathe? Question 1, how hard could he really kick the Hulk? But anyway, like... Can we just all admit...
Did you know that there was one Superman comic where Superman knocked up Lois Lane and then the baby kicked Lois Lane so hard that she died?
That's awesome.
Because he was so strong.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great story. How did you do that though? Do you have to like long range that? Because that spunk's got to slow down. Let's face it.
It's probably IVF.
Like, let's face it. That dude has laser eyes. So like that's my eye juices, they just roll down.
Right.
So if your eye juices are lasers, I'm telling you,
it's not like Superman cries and lasers run out of his eyes.
You don't know. How does that work? How does it work? Okay, real talk. Before we go to break, favorite Marvel character?
Do you have one? Because I'm gonna think about it. Okay.
I gotta do it. Ghost Rider.
Yeah, Ghost Rider's pretty cool.
The only character I've ever been inclined to buy a T-shirt of.
That is saying
also has the coolest song. Guys, check out Rollins' band Ghost Rider, the live version, not the regular version. He also had the lamest movies.
They're funny because Nick Cage is in them.
I enjoyed them, but
guys, I'm going to tell you all about my favorite Marvel hero when we get back from break.
Cliffhanger, guys.
And we're back!
And we're back.
Guys.
What a treat.
So good to have you all here.
If you're just tuning in, why? Why would you come in the middle of a show? Did you just walk into a room?
You would have had to put extra effort in it because it's not like there's chapters in here.
Yeah, come on now. We didn't make chapters.
I mean, I'm impressed.
I'm not even impressed. What's the point? We like now you're getting into full throttle mode, and you need to warm up.
Dude, no, because if someone was listening to the thing, where they hit the brake, and they're like, all right, I'm going to go do my taxes real quick, and then something it reset, they had to fast forward, I get that.
No.
Happens every day.
Listen, if
you have to do your taxes every day.
If I did a work of art, which I consider this podcast, and I only showed you, let's say it was a painting, the bottom half, that would not be the way to absorb my art.
You know what I call this podcast?
Don't say work of art.
A work of art.
Oh, boy.
Guys,
Ugh.
coming to you loud and proud.
How much artwork really has farts in it? I bet you there's some art movies with farts in them.
Probably.
We call them fart movies.
There's actually a subsect of medieval German art that depicts Jewish people eating
Farts?
eating poop from pigs.
Hold on, it's like a genre?
Well, it's like a subcategory. It's called I think it's called Judenstyle. A little on the nose.
We're Wikipediaing that as we speak.
Oh,
I
also
feel like that's
my
real
favorite Marvel character.
specific.
My favorite Marvel character. I think I'm gonna go with Beast from X-Men.
That is so lame.
Why? What's wrong?
This is what turns into the beasts, different animals. Are you a Teens Titans man's?
I never really got into.
Jude and Sal.
I never got into Teen Titans as much.
This is a dumb thing that we're seeing right now.
It's what it is.
You nailed it, but who needs it? When did this take place? Here we go.
13th century Germany.
So that
and
is
some other European countries.
they were revving up for that for a while then. Anyway, so Beast I think is not as cool as Ghost Rider. Question 2, could Ghost Rider beat up Beast? Sure, of course he could. Ghost Rider is a Hollywood stuntman who is possessed by a demon.
That's true.
Beast is just a little boy. He's a little boy. He's got a little bit of bad genes in him.
Is that what you think Beast is?
So, yeah, not really doing it for me. If I'm voting on anyone, it's the guy.
Actually, no. I think I actually am going to change it.
Guy with the flaming skull.
I think I'm actually going to go Ant-Man.
Oh, that's something you can go for.
I think Ant-Man's pretty cool.
You got your Paul Rudd.
I'm kind of excited for the movie, actually. Weirdly, it's weird. I'm actually more excited for Ant-Man than I'm for Avengers 2.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems effed up.
I think James Spader's going to do a good job as Ultron, but like, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like
Dude, you're just too mainstream for you.
Well, no, I think it's kind of just more the thing of it's kind of what happened with Harry Potter. I think I'm just kind of grown out of it a little bit.
Were you ever into Harry Potter?
Oh yeah, I read up to the 6th book.
What are you talking about?
You didn't know that?
No.
No, I read up to Half-Blood
you?
Prince.
Did you watch all the movies?
No, I think I only watched up to 4.
Can we stop looking at this anti-Jewish
Oh,
thing?
sure, yeah. Let me turn that off real fast. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just for some reason I'm just kind of.
You ever play any H-Pot video games?
No.
Why did you avoid that?
I think the Quidditch one was supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, dude. Dude, this show is too based on Star Wars. I just realized we've talked about Star Wars so many times on the show.
We talk about Star Wars quite a bit.
Like the episode with Nick Murphy, half of that episode is just talking about Star Wars.
Listen,
Guys,
I love talking Star Wars.
The reason I bring it up is because we were talking about movies there for a second. But for some reason, the place in which the Sun show is being recorded is being possessed by Star Wars fever.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
It is not fair. Because I am the lone non-Star Wars fan.
Yeah, but it's not like it's going into your room. It's not like it's not even in common
Here's the
areas.
thing.
It's not even in common areas.
It will though. Just you wait. Here's my question. Sorry, not question. Demand.
Okay.
Tell me why
demands are a little different from Star
Tell me
Wars.
why I should love Star Wars, and tell me why you love Star Wars. I hate to get into a movie thing.
Well, okay, here's the thing.
But I think it's more than movie related.
The biggest thing about a lot of Star Wars fans, I know this is definitely the case for me, is a lot of it is the same reason why people love old video games. It's a big nostalgia thing. Because the first time I watched Star Wars, I might have said this on the show, I don't know why I'm talking like June Diane
I
Raphael all
hate
of a
it.
sudden.
I hate it. I feel like it's a setup for a joke, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I have no idea why I did it
I
like
feel like you're
that.
trying to make fun of me, and I'm about to punch you in the face. I'm about to reach over there.
A big part of Star Wars for me is because the first time I watched it, I might have said in the show. First time I watched it was over at my grandparents' house, and I watched it on Betamax.
He was a huge Wars head.
Because my grandfather had recorded it off of TV, and he had it on Betamax. So we would watch it, and like I don't know, it was just part of my childhood, and when I was a kid, I hadn't really seen anything like. It was my first real introduction to like sci-fi and like a world outside of our own, and it had cool glowing lightsabers, and Han Solo was cool, and Boba Fett was rad.
Do you think you attached to those dudes right off the bat? You're like, oh, dude, this Boba Fett guy.
Oh yeah,
You were never like, yo, Luke.
dude. One of my favorite childhood experiences was I saw the legitimate Boba Fett armor.
What?
Yeah, because they had a Star Wars exhibit at the Air and Space Museum at the Smithsonian. And I saw the Boba Fett armor. I bought a Boba Fett T-shirt that I have to this day. There, I have kept that T-shirt for like almost 15 years.
Well, you didn't grow much after you were 10, I guess.
Well, it was a double X. It was like an XL when I bought
You're
it.
like, I'm gonna buy this so I can always wear it.
No, it was the only size they had left, and my dad was like,
That's destiny.
I don't know if you want to buy it, and I was like, I can wear it as a pajama shirt, and then I did.
You know what we call that? Vintage.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking Vint T.
But
Go on,
also to as a minor aside, I think Luke is a very underrated character in Star Wars.
I think everyone doesn't care about him.
Yeah, no, it's so true.
You got your boy D Vade.
He's
likes.
the thing is he's not as dynamic as Han Solo, and because everyone loves Han Solo because there's nothing to hate there.
It's not as dynamic as Han Solo.
He's not as dynamic as Han Solo because Han Solo is really cool, and he's always swashbuckling and stuff. And Luke starts out very like a whiny baby, but like. Especially once Empire hits and he kind of like evolves into this leadership figure for the rebellion, I quite enjoy Luke's art between the three movies. And part of it might be because I know I'm a little schooled in the extended universe, and I kind of know a little bit about what goes on. Well, it's not canon anymore, but I know a little bit of what
Doesn't that make you mad too?
A little bit. I mean, it depends what they do with it. I know everyone, including myself, is real mad that they're not doing a Thrawn trilogy. That's what everybody wanted in these movies.
Wait, what is it?
Okay, once upon a time, during the Civil War, the Galactic Civil War, the Empire sent a fleet of starships to what's called the unknown regions, and that's what's called the Thrawn fleet because it was led by an admiral named Thrawn, and at the end of
I do know this, but go on.
It went during the restoration of the new Republic, the new Galactic Republic. The Thrawn Armada comes back and it declares war on the Galactic Republic because it considers it an illegitimate entity. Mm-hmm. So it's like we're the Empire, we're the only true rule of law in the galaxy. You are imposters, and we are now at war.
That's awesome.
No, because Thrawn was kick-ass because he's so cool, and also it actually has one of my favorite Star Wars characters is like his second in command admiral. But
why is he your favorite character?
Honestly, he's kind of like the Rambo Rawl of Star Wars.
That, yeah.
He's just like this like officer who like is really good at his job and like does what he's told, and everybody likes him and everyone respects him. He's just kind of like Rambo Rawl.
All right. You don't have to tell me anything else.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people were very disappointed they weren't going to make they aren't making Thrawn movies.
What are they going to do about it?
Well,
Darth Vader comes back, part 2.
I read a very interesting article about because they released the teaser trailer obviously last year, and it was a big thing. Did you see the Red Letter Media Rich Evans reacted?
No, I didn't see it.
They released the teaser trailer last year, and it was obviously a big response from the community. But I read a very interesting article that talked about the idea that somebody was very worried about it because it didn't show us anything new. Like not even from the fact that it didn't. Not even from the fact
there was a black guy.
Not even from the fact that it didn't show us anything new about like what the movie was going to be about, but what was in it? Tatooine, X-wings,
great,
a lightsaber, the Millennium Falcon. It like,
but it was a goofy lightsaber.
Oh yeah, but actually it was pretty cool. Yeah, people are stupid if they think that's not rad.
I understand why they don't like it.
It's dumb. There's no reason not to like it because they're like, well, your hand would slip. It has bars. It has crossbars.
I think the problem is that if you were trying to deflect it, those bars would get cut off.
Well, they wouldn't have to get cut off because you don't need the top ones at all. You just need bottom ones for your hand.
But like, okay, I'm trying. Okay, you got a handle. You got a straight sword, right? Boop. Then you have your hilt guard, right, which is your two side ones.
Cross guard, yes.
Cross guard, sorry. But it's not just two lasers jutting out. It's a little doohick and two lasers out the doohicks.
Yeah, it has an emitter. It has a beam emitter.
Actually trying to block, the thing would go in those corners, hit the emitters, and not the beam itself.
Yeah, but that wouldn't matter because it would be fine. It wouldn't get any damage.
It wouldn't cut off that emitter?
No, the emitter would be fine.
Oh, well, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm a hundo% on board.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Yeah, it's like the Claymore of lightsabers. Who cares?
So a lot of people. So like I said, I was reading an article that basically was talking about how they're worried that there's not going to be any innovation in Star Wars, because if you look at the original trilogy, at least the set pieces and the things that moved and the progression through the movies. The first movie was mostly in space. You had a little bit on Tatooine, but you had some cool space battles that were rad. Everything was cool. Then the second movie opens up in blizzardy conditions. You have the Battle of Hoth. Then you have the Dagobah training, and you have Cloud City, and it's all very unique, exotic locations. And then the third movie, you're back on Tatooine. It's kind of like it's almost like a rehash of the first movie, but it's different because Luke's grown. The position of the galaxy is different. So the steps are actually kind of similar.
Also, everyone hates the third one, too.
Well, the third one has its moments. But you have Luke on Tatooine, and then joining the rebellion, destroying the Death Star. You have a lot of the same steps, but the steps that are taken are very different. And I forgot
to mention all that Ewok stuff.
Yeah, well, the Ewoks are a big shithole. Totally stupid.
Here's the problem: is then they did add a bunch of new stuff in the prequels, and everyone hated it.
But it's different. Also,
Is it different?
Yes, it's different because
seems like selective different.
Okay,
to me.
Here's the thing. What did you like so much? What did you like so much about Hotline Miami 1 compared to Hotline Miami 2 in terms of story?
It was tight.
Yeah, that's the prequels. Story's not tight. Story's very convoluted.
Oh, totally true.
Yeah, story's very convoluted and not easy to follow, and there's not a lot of payoff to what happens.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I actually did see. I've seen every Star Wars movie once.
I have always compared the prequels to a Magic Eye puzzle. Far away, it looks very good. Like the broad strokes, I think are very cool. But the closer you get into it, and the more you look at things, it looks terrible. Because like honestly, the rise of Palpatine to power, I think is a more interesting story than the Galactic Civil War itself. If they had done the prequels well, I think the prequels could have been better than the original movies.
I think the problem is they obviously they didn't do it well.
Yeah, but I think that story is actually more interesting than the Galactic Civil War, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about it. Everyone always talks about like it's the sweetest thing on earth, and I'm just like, I don't like space that much.
Yeah.
That's my problem, dude. I'm done with lasers. Here's the deal: you get one of these X-wings with some dude who's like, "F lasers." I put a ballistic system on it with machine guns. I'd be like, "That's my guy."
Well, it's cool because on one of the
that'd be awesome.
One of the less primitive planets, the rebels were actually smuggling slug throwers to the resisting species that were on the planet because they couldn't give them lasers, because then they would know that the Imperials that they were fighting would know that rebels were involved.
That's awesome.
So they could only give them bullet guns.
Yeah, that's rad as heck.
Yeah.
Guys, speaking of that, Elite Dangerous is a game I would love to tell you about. And I think some people who listen to this probably have played it. And I want you to tell me how it is, because I'm really excited about that. Because we're talking EVE Online levels of space stuff, but with a very fun, almost Strike Suit Zero style battle system.
Yeah.
Which is the best thing you've ever heard.
I mean, custom ships, I'm there.
Custom ships, custom weapon systems, custom power things. Like in battle, guys, you have multiple levels of... Dude, by the way, it just came out on Steam the other day, son. So, like, you have like a power system, and like you can adjust if you want more power in the weapons or in the shields or in like your evasion. And that's cool, and that's what I want. I want to play it, but I want to hear how it is first, guys. And who do I trust more than the audience?
I would be very interested in hearing if people have played it.
Yeah.
I would love to do a sampler of it.
I would, if I owned it, we would do that. We might do that.
We might would do that.
I don't know how close we are to done with this half, because we're looking at something we're gonna do later.
Yeah, well, that happens sometimes. I think we're just shooting the breeze right now. I don't think it's a big deal at all.
It's no rush.
Nah, we're doing great. Let's probably keep that up though.
I think we are about to round it down though. Unless you want to deliver more Star Wars chat.
Winding up to round it down. I'll talk about Star Wars all day.
I'll
do a whole other hour about Star Wars if you want.
I don't need to do that. You could probably start your own podcast though, called what would you call it? D-Marks in Space. That's good. It's really good.
No, it'd be Marks Wars.
Terrible. Really? That's your best one?
It's better than D-Marks in Space.
It's not. But...
Okay, let's scrap these both and start again. Come back fresh.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
You say Marks Wars?
Yes.
It's better than I thought.
Thank you.
But it's not great.
I'll give you that. It's not great, but it's definitely better than...
How about D-Wing?
I don't think I'm going to top D-Wing. I think D-Wing's the winner.
It's not bad.
I don't think I'm going to top D-Wing. D-Wing kind of nailed it.
Because here's the deal. Funny. Right off the bat, it's hilarious. Because you guys, welcome to D-Wing.
Can I be D-Wing Commander?
That's fine. Whatever you got to do.
All right, yeah.
However you got to get through it. I would also accept Mark's Destroyer. It's not as good.
D-Wing's better, yeah. But
it's there. Speaking of that, guys, we got to round this down because we're just going to think of funny names.
We're winding up to round it down.
I'll let you if you want to. I'm going to go through the round down.
Yeah.
Think of more names and pop them in when you get the chance. All right.
Did I say that Ant-Man was my favorite Marvel hero?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Do you want to go back on that?
Yeah, I think Ant-Man's cool.
Is it actually Namor, the guy who's the Aquamariners or something?
Namor, the Sea Man. I think he's a villain. I think.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys. Send us an email, sonsofvidya@gmail.com. Tell us how Elite Dangerous is. Tell us how much you love the show.
Oh, that's another thing I read. Sorry to interrupt.
No, dude.
One of the people think that a lot of the very diehard Marvel fans have a problems with the Avengers movies is that they're actually omitted one very main character who it's Ant-Man's wife, Wasp. She's actually one of the founding members and a very key component of the Avengers, and she's not in any of the movies. I mean, they'll probably introduce her in the movie now, but she's a core founding member of the Avengers, and she does a lot of planning and stuff for them. She's not in any of the movies, and everyone's kind of mad about it.
Speed ants.
Yeah, but the point is they both shrink down, and she actually grows like wasp wings.
I don't know.
Anyway, guys, Ant-Man's cool. I'm excited.
Send us an email. Tell us what you think about it. Tell us where we should post our podcast that you can get to it easier.
Yeah, genuinely actually do that because we don't really look at it's something we never thought about before.
Something I definitely never thought about before, and I just don't know where to do it. But we can do wherever you need.
Because I thought our service kind of just put it out there for everybody. But I thought
that too. Turns out it doesn't.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they're dropping the ball.
Everyone should thank the dude who told us.
Yeah,
because that's a big help. We would love to get it out to more people. So tell us where you get your stuff. I know Stitcher is a thing. I don't know much about Android systems at all, so we really could use your help on that.
Yeah, ice cream sandwich.
That's, I think, an OS. They have Jelly
I
Bean
know,
too.
but they're on. Oh, I think they're on Lollipop now.
I don't know. They're probably on Dingleberry now. But we got. If you do use iTunes, please rate us on that. That helps out a lot. If you want to check out the YouTube, sonsofvidya.com/YouTube. We own them now.
Yeah, we got it.
Go check that out.
We finally bought them out.
Comment, rate, subscribe, do all that stuff. We've been doing real great lately.
Yeah, we're very excited.
And we are feeling positive. We want to give you positive vibes the whole week through, which we have high energy, and we want to give that energy to you via our world-class
Speed Reviews. Tom, this is the top 10 games of 2014 as chosen by top 10 list writers.
Great.
Number 10, Lisa.
Lisa's that game that everyone posts pictures of. It's about Lisa Simpson. She needs braces, dental plan. 10 out of 10. Persona 4 Arena Ultimate.
I'm going to go back, and I can't believe that your review wasn't that this game is tearing me apart. Your review gets a 0 out of 10.
All right.
Number 8, Thief.
Thief is that game that everyone hated, and I don't know why it's this list here. It's too high. 0 out of 10. Child of Light.
Child of Light is a game actually about Easter because it's about Jesus Christ. He's a child of light. It gets a 7 out of 10. Number 6, Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor.
This is that one game about Lord of the Rings that everyone liked for some reason, so that's great. 10 out of 10. Dragon Age Inquisition.
This is that one game that they made that somehow people liked for some reason. I don't understand. It gets a 10 out of 10. Number 4, Bravely Default, Where the Fairy Flies.
This is that game where for some reason you can do stuff and things happen, and it's either good or bad. It gets a question mark out of 10. The War of Mine.
Was it Brandy that did This Boy Is Mine?
Yeah, with Monique.
Yeah, okay. That song gets a 10 out of 10.
Sure does.
Number 2, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
This is that game with Kevin Spacey that we talked about on the show because D-Mark's a huge Kevin Spacey fan, and Kevin Spacey gets a 10 out of 10 for acting. Super Smash Brothers for Wii U.
This seems like a cop-out. I give this list a -5 out of 10.
Guys, we did it.
Guys, we're going to see you next week.